There we go. Awesome. Mic's not working. Hi guys, and welcome to Instead of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 140. Binance will support Ethereum Muir Glacier, Virgil Griffith to be released, and Bitcoin halving could be different. Now, if you're catching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description, guys, and so is the link to all the amazing articles that we cover in this awesome stream. Now, happy Monday, the 30th of December. Now, one more day and the year is over. Can you believe that, guys? What a wild ride it has been for sure on the cryptosphere, starting in a low, right, on December, and then getting that nice spike in April, and then since there it's just been a little bit of a downhill. But let's wait and see what the next year brings for us. I am hopeful that next year will be better than this year. That is just me hoping. Again, no technicals are leading me to think that, even though all the technicals and other stuff I've looked at seem to be a little bit bearish, at least for the first half of the year. But let's wait and see how that keeps on developing, and we'll keep on tracking it with the analysis that we do. Tomorrow's stream, I'm not sure what time it'll be. I'm going to cook some dinner for my family as well, for New Year's dinner, or yeah, New Year's Eve dinner. And then, so it might be, I'm not sure, man, maybe 7, maybe 6 dudes, dudettes, bros, sis. I'm not sure what time the stream is going to be. So, I'll just let you know on Twitter, or I'll just jump live, and then you can join me if you see the notification, and if you want to be here with us. If you can't for some reason, that is great. I do hope that you have a great New Year's night tomorrow, New Year's Eve night, and you have a blast and start the New Year's with full of energy and good trading strategies for the next 2020, right? So let's move on to market analysis and the rest of the stream. We're gonna move first into the news. Awesome. I found this one that says Bitcoin halving could be drastically different according to Bloomberg analysts. Now, there's a growing amount of skepticism surrounding the forthcoming Bitcoin halving reward. According to Bloomberg analyst Eddie van der Walt, this event might not be as bullish as the vast majority of the cryptocurrency community paints it out to be. Now, van der Walt his take seems to mirror the one that was voiced by economist Alex Kruger, who lambasted the viral stock flow model earlier. Now, if you remember, we covered that in another article. I can't remember exactly when, but we did talk about that. Now, just like Kruger, van der Walt is convinced that Bitcoin is not going to rally simply because of the fact that its supply is going to be cut down in half. For another moonshot, there needs to be demand, which seems to be Bitcoin's weak point at this time. According to van der Walt, the two previous rallies were also fueled by incessant media coverage. This was especially evident in 2017 when Bitcoin started grabbing at headlines in particularly every mainstream media outlet. There are multiple other experts who have questioned the halving narrative, as reported by You Today. CoinShares CSO Meltem Demirors predicted that Bitcoin could simply stumble after the halving due to rapidly growing derivatives market. Now, guys, if you remember, we talked about this before. Just because the coin is halving, it doesn't mean the price has to shoot up. We kind of talked about that when Ethereum did its halving, and look at what happened, man. Ethereum price hasn't been able to go up, even with the halving event. Just because the supply that gets mined or goes into the market, it's reduced by half. It is not. You're not cutting the existing supply in half, right? If you were to cut the existing supply in half, then yes, the price, in theory, should double. Which it also didn't happen for XLM. If you remember, XLM did that. They burned half of their supply back at the end of October, beginning of November, and their supply didn't really go up that much, right? So if you remember that, they just went up from like 6 cents to 8 cents, and that was it for them. So again, halving event doesn't mean that the supply gets cut in half. It's just that the mining rewards gets cut in half. So there's less supply hitting the market, but the supply that's already there is still there, right? That's why halvings sometimes do not bring price action to the upside. Again, just be careful on the way you analyze things and the way you think about things. Your opinion may vary, and that is great. Actually, if your opinion varies, put it on the chat, put it on the comments below in the suggestions, and we can have an open discussion about it. But again, my point of view is that halving does not necessarily mean price action to the upside. There could be speculation pre-halving, and that's great. But again, just because there's speculation does not mean that the price has to shoot up drastically, right? Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the next article. Ethereum developer Virgil Griffith to be released on bail to parents. Now, he's going to be released to his parents. Laws on these countries are not suggestions that was said by Judge Broderick. He told the accuser as the hearing began, and that was according to a tweet from Matthew Russell Lee, founder of the Inner City Press, who covered the hearing live from the courtroom. Griffith is now to be released to his parents in Tuscaloosa for under, about $1 million bond. That's what they're stating. Anyways, we're very pleased the district judge sided with us and ordered Virgil to be released pending trial. That's what his attorney said, Brian Klein from Baker Market LLP. And he also told that to CoinDesk in a statement. This article is from CoinDesk. Link is up here, right? You can see it. Anyways, Griffith is to be held for allegedly violating, or he's being held for allegedly violating the National Emergency Economic Powers Act by traveling to North Korea for a cryptocurrency conference organized by the government in Pyongyang. Now, today's hearing was an appeal of denial of bond reported last week by the Inner City Press Public Interest Group, and the U.S. attorney in that case cited text messages indicating the intent to renounce his citizenship as a deciding factor in the denial. Now, following a discussion of Griffith's likelihood of flight risk and assets he might hold or controlled outside of the country, the judge ruled he could be released to his family as moral suasion, and that was also according to Lee. Now, Griffith served as the head of special projects for the Ethereum Foundation, but he has been suspended from work there, according to the Twitter thread. Arrested on Thanksgiving Day at an airport in Los Angeles, Griffith was previously said to be released pending trial. And we talked about that. It kind of sucks that they're turning on him, because at first everyone came out and was supporting him, right? Even Vitalik Buterin and other people from the Ethereum Foundation were coming out and said, like, yeah, it's cool, he didn't do that, that wasn't his intent, and everyone was rallying to his side. But it kind of sucks that since then he got severed from his position at the Ethereum Foundation. So it's bad press, whatever, man. He did something, he's gonna have to live with that. Why he got severed from his position, I'm not sure, man. Whatever. It's just not cool when companies do that, right? They should wait for trial to be over and then determine whether or not he should be separated from his charge at the foundation. That's how things should be, right? The fact that you're firing him beforehand, it's presumption that he's guilty. And how can they be two-faced, right? They came out and first be on his side, and then separate him from his charge. That's just not the way things should be, right? Anyways, on to the next article. Binance News. Binance US has opened beta testing for its iOS application to all users in December 20th. Tweet. So today. And revealing the successful private beta test and inviting all of its clients to participate on the iOS beta. Now, the private beta testing phase began on December 18th, giving Binance US the opportunity to address possible flaws and have them resolved before making the app available to a wider audience. Now, following iOS beta testing, Binance US made it available for beta testing on Android devices, also urging the public to help identify plausible issues and work them out before the apps launch for a wider audience as well. Now, is it cool? Yeah, man. The fact that they're going to have their new iOS or their new US app open, it's going to be very nice, man. It's just going to make it so you can have it on your phone and be more accessible without having to go through the website, which again, making it easier makes it more adoptable, right? People don't want to struggle with things. They just want to have them working, and that's it. Anyways, Binance will suspend Ethereum deposits and withdrawals to support the recently announced Ethereum network Muir Glacier upgrade. In a blog post today, Binance said that deposits and withdrawals were suspended on the platform prior to the Ethereum network block height of 9,200,000 selected to execute the upgrade. Now, while Ethereum trading will not be affected during the upgrade, deposits and withdrawals will be reopened once Binance deems the upgrade network to be stable. Binance noted that it will not make a separate announcement about the resumption of deposits and withdrawals, and the exchange recommends to make deposits in full prior to the upgrade. And they actually stated, please leave sufficient time for deposits to be processed in full prior to the above Ethereum network block height. We will handle all technical requirements involved for all users holding Ethereum in their Binance accounts. Now, the Muir Glacier upgrade is expected to be activated on the mainnet on January 1st, 2020 at block height 9,200,000. We talked about that already. And the exact date is subject to change due to variable block times and time zones. And the real time block statistics are available on the website ethernodes.org. So ETHERNODES.org. Muir Glacier has only one improvement proposal, EIP 2384, and the proposal is designed to delay the so-called difficulty bump, also referred to as Ethereum's Ice Age, for another 4 million blocks, or approximately 611 days. Now, Ethereum difficulty bump is a mechanism that is supposed to gradually make the process of generating new blocks more complicated and would eventually lead to the network to a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. Now, the Muir Glacier upgrade will only be activated on the Robston test network right now, and according to Ethereum cat herders, node operators and miners who have missed the Istanbul upgrade are now or are not a part of the current Ethereum chain and are recommended to upgrade their client to Muir Glacier as soon as possible. According to an official announcement by Ethereum Foundation, nodes should have been upgraded before December 30th, 2019, so before today. Let's wait and see how this plays out for Ethereum. Again, I'm not 100% cool with all the upgrades that they're doing, but they're to make the network be more reliable and better. So again, yes, that is cool. How long are they going to keep on basically kicking the can for this Ice Age to happen? It's yet to be seen right now. They're going to say, let's kick it for 611 days and worry about then. Again, it could be sooner depending on how quickly the blocks are mined. But at the current rate, I guess they are estimating that 4 million blocks would be approximately 611 days. As for the news, let's jump into the technicals, guys. And we're back for the technicals part of the stream. Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a great time still and are still with us for this amazing part of the stream, which is the part a lot of you are more interested in apparently. Anyways, what is happening with the cryptosphere? Yesterday, money flowing out of the cryptosphere, 2.12% down. So from an opening of 191.25 billion, closing at 187.47 billion, a $4.06 billion move to the downside. Right now, still moving down. Actually, is neutral now, zero. Sitting at 187.46 billion, approximately 3.3 million to the downside. Right now, 112,000, so positive 0.00%. That's what it's saying up here, right? Even though it looks red. Now, let's skip these amazing ads from Spotify because that just really gets on my nerves. And let's get on with this one. Let's see if this plays. Awesome, there it goes. So again, like I said, man, sitting at zero right now, trying to lose again 1.085 million, but it's not enough to move the percentage-wise of loss. So again, sitting at, what do we call it at? 187.47 billion. Dominance of Bitcoin down right now from an opening of 69.88%, closing at 69.82%, or 0.08 move to the downside on the actual percentage-wise. But again, from the prior day, is a 0.11% move to the downside. Right now, moving down still 0.03%, gaining 0.03%, sitting at 69.84, and I'm happy that it's there, man. And I hope this goes down farther still. Right now, apparently going to test that 20 MA. We tested it on yesterday's candle. So again, a couple hours ago, we closed the market right approximately 6 hours ago. And we bounced from that, right? And that was great, and that's all peachy. Right now, we're going to probably retest that 20 MA and see whether or not we can hold it. If we fall below it, that'll be great. I want dominance of Bitcoin to go down. And that is my opinion, guys. So again, your mileage might vary, but again, the market is better off when dominance of Bitcoin is slower, right? It means the pie is better divided, and everyone, and the whole crypto sphere is more balanced, and that's what we want. Sorry if I'm stuttering a bit, man. Really tired from the weekend, and yeah. Sorry about no stream yesterday. We were really late at night. Today I had a really hectic day at work. I don't go to work tomorrow or Tuesday. We're off for holidays, but again, it just makes it so difficult because I took holidays last week, so I just went to the office on Monday, and then I was off for the rest of the week. So I had a lot of stuff to catch up today, and a lot of work that I needed to also set up ahead, so that tomorrow could be an easy day, and I don't have to answer so many emails. And then again, 2 days from now also be easy peasy, right? Price of Bitcoin sitting at 7,220.97. What? It's moving down? Yes, man. Are we worried about that? No, we're still within this range of 7,429 and 7,200. We haven't been able to do much since, right? We tried a rally, failed up here at like 7,500 and like, what was the high? 31. Let's see here. The height is right there, right? 7,531.00. We have our resistance at 7,531.22. So we're almost spot on hitting that resistance again. And I put it there a while back, so I haven't moved it in a while. So we know those are the targets. Rejected the higher prices yesterday. So actual yesterday, like physical time yesterday. Because the market again just opened, so we're on the 31st. We're in the last day of the market. Right now, again moving down, rejecting the 20 MA yesterday, trying to reject the 20 MA, also rejecting lower prices than 7,200. That is fine. Really, not much going on. High, lower on the MACD histogram, also lower on the RSI, right? So really, just going with the market flow. Nothing there to worry about. Let's go into the 4 hours. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 47.22. Now into the 4 hours, right? On the 4 hours, what's happening? Start to make negative momentum. That's fine. Again, neutral on the RSI at 43.89. Are we doing something special here? Not really, man. Within this island, higher high, right? Higher on the MACD histogram, and also higher on that RSI, hitting bot, and then rejecting higher prices and starting to break down. And again, really nothing there, man. Again, just coming really close to this and breaking down from our previous high, right over here, or major high, lower on that positive momentum, lower in the RSI. Again, just going with the market, and again, not much happening. No indicators as to what is really going to happen short term. Any strong burst, double bottoms, anything that would indicate that we're reversing the trend. We're just sideways motion right now. If you want to see this differently, with a different set of eyes, you could say that we're making this sort of triangle, right? And probably trace it all the way back here. So again, we could be making a sort of symmetrical triangle longer term, and that could potentially play out on the daily. Let's see this, man. Yeah, on the daily, we are making a sort of broadening wedge of sorts, right? You can go here and here. And you can say that we're slightly broadening. It looks like a channel, but we're also broadening. That's fine. I'm going to call it a broadening wedge. And those usually break to the upside. But again, not being 100% there, man. Not really bullish right now. If we fail to break this to the downside, to the upside, we can see 6,000s again. And I'm really not looking forward to seeing the 6,000s. Weekly, let's look at the weekly. Since we didn't do the stream on Sunday, we didn't see the weekly close. We closed last week over here with a negative candle, losing 1.63%. Again, really nothing clear on the weekly either, man, except for divergence that we had here, right, of sorts. Let me just confirm. I can't remember what we did last time. 457, 388. So yes, you could say that we're going lower here, right? Way back when. So I'm going to get rid of all these scales and just make sure it stays on the weekly. And then we're going in here on this weekly candle from here to here, right? So again, creating that divergence on this time scale. Make sure it just stays on the weekly. There we go. and potentially trying to pump from there. But again, we're about to close a month, and the month is looking reddish. Yes, man. Is it this one? December. Here we go. A red month as well. Have been able to really recover after that nice impulse up on April, right? So we started to impulse up slightly in February, but since then we really hit it on April. Really take that punch to the upside, and then since then it's just been down sloping, man. Very, very weird. Very, very weak market. So weird. Let's go into the 1 hour and let's keep on doing our analysis, right? This is from the 4 hours, so I'll just send it back there. I really don't care about this on the 1 hour. There we go. So on the 1 hours, man, is it something happening that is really, really amazing, and it could be the reason why we're pumping? Maybe, man, maybe. I'll talk about something here. This is the chart that we should look at. I did not trace anything here in the 4 hours, right? High, right? Like we were talking about. It's really nothing too crazy. But on the 1 hour, there's something I really want to talk about. And it would be, right? You remember how we had this divergence here with this almost negligible negative momentum and almost negligible positive momentum, but we called it nonetheless, right? Bearish divergence, price action to the downside, and it played out. Now, you could ignore this also, right? Because you're still going higher on your price, but lower on your RSI, on your MACD histogram. You could go from here as well to here and call it still strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside. You just wouldn't have it here on the RSI. And that is fine. This is why we're breaking down, right? Awesome. There we go. Now what is happening shorter term? Low, right? Lower low, more negative momentum. Lower low, more negative momentum. And right now, slightly lower lows, right? Or higher from here to here. Very, very short. But a slightly lower low from here to here. And hitting this from here to here, more or less, right? And saying, dude, look, man, we do have a sort of hidden, not hidden, but a strong bullish divergence in the short term. Now, you could go to here, right? Just ignore this, because I'm going to trace it from here to here. And say, look, man, we're really going lower, right? And lower here, and as well creating that divergence. Also here, we would have it on the MACD histogram of sorts, right? So again, divergence happening strong. Potential price reversal at this point, and it will congruent with the fact that we are sitting more or less at we're right now slightly lower than here, right? So we could still go here right there and have that divergence and still go from here to there and still be divergence, right? Strong bullish divergence, potential reversal of price. This still developing, though, has not finished developing, but again, a price action to the upside would certainly see us hit that 20 simple moving average on the hour and then try to break it. And if we do break it, then we have that 7,429 to look forward to. And if we don't, then we probably are going to float around this area, use this that 7,200 as support, and then potentially breaking from there. And we have 7,075 to look forward to, right? But again, nothing really too crazy happening. No real strong indicators for this divergence right now on the 1 hour. That's about it, man. Nothing else. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum dominance on the daily. 2 days ago, gaining a lot of dominance, 3.42%. Right now, losing dominance, 0.22%. Right now, losing still dominant or gaining 0.01. It just shifted, sitting at 7.63% of market cap. Price of Ethereum, $130.97 yesterday, moving to the downside today, 0.06% down. So again, below that 20 MA, it seems like we kind of touched it and rejected it. So not the strongest sign right now for this 1 hour or for this daily candle. Means we're weak around that 20 MA, and we don't want to do that because that means price could still drop a little bit more. So indecision, though, right? Weak on both sides, flat body. That's what it's looking like at right now. And positive momentum still building on the RSI, sitting neutral at 43.51. Let's go into the 4 hours. On the 4 hour chart, this is from the 1 hour. Sorry, guys. Clean up. Clean up on chart 12. There we go. There we go. I believe this one's the one from the 1 hour. Awesome. So what's happening? We're going higher on the price. Are we doing something special? Well, at least here, no. Now, are we doing something special here? Yes, we're going slightly higher. And here we're going slightly lower. Right, creating that divergence, right? That bearish divergence. You can look at this and say, look, it's 0.95. 0.95. Okay, we're going flat. Let's call it flat. Flatlined. And yeah, it will still be a type of divergence. It will just be class C. Type 3. Or like weak bearish divergence. Not the strongest divergence that we have here. 72.47. 71 point. So here we do have that strong divergence developing, right? You can see we're going lower here on the RSI, higher. So weak divergence against the MACD histogram, strong divergence against the RSI. Price action to the downside. We got it, man. Played out. Now we're bouncing around that 20 MA right now for the 4 hours. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 53.98. And starting to make negative momentum. So again, let's see how this keeps on developing. Impulse down, upsloping consolidation. Usually bearish. We might break down again. Keep that in mind. Let's go to the 1 hour. Stuff from the 4 hour came here to play ball with us. So you go back to the 4 hour, sorry. Right, there we go. Send this back to the 4 hours. Well, sorry, not 1 hour. We're on the 1 hour. There we go. Oh, 14 hells now. 4. There we go. Now, what is happening here? We are having... Sorry. Checking something weird with my statistics. On the 1 hour. Neutral on the RSI, 44.07. High. Higher high. But guess where we're going here? 0. Right? The negative momentum. Also on the RSI. Right? So on the MACD histogram and on the RSI, we do have strong bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Price action to downside. Boom. There we go. Nicely played. Now we're starting to go up. Failing at that 20 MA again. Rejecting those higher prices right now. Trying to figure out where this really wants to go. And this looks like an M top of sorts, right? M tops are usually bearish patterns. They're reversals, and they usually look like an M. And here we do have this M. You'll see it on the top part. But I'm drawing it out for you guys. There we go. Like an M top. So usually you break this. I can't remember. I think if I remember correctly, I usually don't look for M tops. But I do think they're bearish inherently. But they might be bullish. Just let me double check real quick. Just completely scramble my brain right now. Yeah, M tops are usually lower, and the breakout should be around here, right? On this line, and you would expect to hit a measure move from here to here. So, yeah, I was correct, man. They are bearish. I doubted myself for a second. Now we take it from the top to here, and that's the measure move we would expect to hit. We obviously hit more than that measure move, but again, really looking for like an M top, right? Usually bearish pattern, so a bearish reversal pattern. You take it after an impulse up. You're going to get your M top, and then you break down. That's usually how this works. Also, we had divergence. It is still within a range where it's valid for this M top to be there. The opposite of an M top would be a W bottom. It is not really a W bottom. It's too choppy. Maybe in the 4 hours it's a W bottom, and I just didn't call it back there. No, it's not really a W bottom, see? But this is an M top on the 1 hour. Right, and that is what I'm calling here, the M bottom. The M top, sorry. Go to the 1 hour. Go to the 1 hour. And go to the 1 hour. There we go. Awesome. So, yeah, that's how this plays out. Usually you find this on the market, and yeah. That's it. Yeah, so that's it for this, man. Ethereum, 1 hour. I'm not sure if we had this on Bitcoin. I missed it. No, we don't have it. See, it's not as clear. We don't have that M top. Ethereum, though, looking bearish again. M top reversing, right? Going more than, or mid part, right? Or neckline, let's say. Hitting more than that measure move and still moving down. Impulse down, upsloping consolidation. You're probably going to break down again. Like I said, bearish looking chart right now. Now, the only thing that we do have going on, and a reason why we could slightly pump, is from here to here, we're going higher, right? Higher low. And from here to here, we're going to actually more negative momentum, right? On a higher low, creating hidden bullish divergence and giving price continuation, right? Again, hidden bearish or bullish usually means price continuation. You could get these slight pumps, and we are in a sort of uptrend. So again, probably while we're pumping, but failing at the 20 MA makes it look a lot more bearish, right? So again, guys, keep this in mind as you set up your trades. That's just what I'm looking at right now on the market, and I'm hoping that you guys, like I said, are having a great time. Sorry. There we go. And yeah, let's see. Let's move on to XRP, right? That's it for this, man. Neutral on your RSI, heading towards lower prices apparently. 42.67. Let's want to see how this keeps on developing. Let's go to XRP on the daily for dominance. Yesterday gaining very little dominance, 0.15%. Right now gaining dominance still, 0.08. Sitting at 4.45% of market cap. Not the best. We want to see this above 5. Price of XRP, 19 cents. 19.2 cents to be exact. Below that 20 MA, rejecting the higher prices, starting to make negative price action. Also staying above that mid part of the channel right now. I'll extend this for a second so we can keep on tracking it. Make sure you don't move too much. There we go. There we go. I believe that's how we had it. Now, positive momentum building, right? And sold on the RSI at 39.61. Anything else that look for it to ripple? Nah, that's it, man. Not much. I'll just extend this once we get to tomorrow, I guess. And we'll see where we go. So, yeah, not much happening, man. Right? High, low, less positive momentum, high, lower in the RSI. That's fine. Nothing there. Let's go to the 4 hours. Man, we had divergence. We were talking about this the other day. This here and this line here are from the 1 hour. So I'll just send them there real quick so they're not here bothering us. There's also one up on the price. I just saw it. Look, last thing we talked about here was that hidden bearish divergence, potential price continuation to the downside. We got that small drop, bounce around that 20 MA, got that very nice move to the upside, man. But again, not too high. And guess what, man? Creating 74. So again, creating that weak divergence here, right on the MACD histogram. Again, breaking down right now on that, right? So weak bearish divergence breaking out. So we don't have it on the RSI. We're going higher. And now, since we've been going lower, stuff that we can look at forward to. Here's positive, so really I cannot take this low because this is going from 0 to more negative. So I technically could, just like I used it here. So we're going to a higher right native, so from here to here, and call it a hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. So price action to the upside, we've rejected at the 20 MA. Right now we're trying to go again and reject it again around that 20 MA. So right now we're rejecting higher prices. Wait and see for this to play. Let's go into the 1 hour. We might get better clues as to what the market wants to do. So let me just make sure this stays here on the 4 hours. And that's what I'm looking at right now. Right? That's what I can see developing here. Stuff that we could develop potentially. Right? If this pumps higher on this divergence, we break somewhere around this area slightly higher, and we create a head and shoulders. That is a possibility. Now the head and shoulders that we're creating, it's a bearish head and shoulders. Right? You can be, there we go, copy paste. This will be your top, right? And your other shoulder should come somewhere around this area, which would be congruent with what we're seeing here, right? This hidden bearish, this hidden bullish divergence, potentially bringing us up. We create that other shoulder, and then we would hit the neckline. We would make a neckline, and then take a measure move, and probably take it from there. Now, I'm not sure this other shoulder is going to develop. It's a possibility, something that you should watch out for in the next coming 4 hour candles, and see where we actually go from there. So I'm going to get rid of this right now. It's really shouldn't be here. But just remember that we talked about it as a potential. Actually, you know what? I'll leave them out there. That's fine. If it develops, we know it's developing. If we don't, you know, we'll remove them. That way we know we talked about them. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 49.13. That's it for this. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour candle, so we do have this shoulder, we do have this head, and here it seems like we're developing that shoulder, man, on the 1 hour, right? So again, we might be doing this these head and shoulders on the 1 hour, and that would be fine. Really, also looking like an M top here, right? On I wouldn't, not necessarily like a textbook M top, but again, M top nonetheless. It would be looking like this, right? Right on the line though. I don't want to put it right over the chart. It's gonna get too cluttered. But I do want to keep track of this. And remember that we talked about this being a potential. So now, I keep on forgetting to leave all this stuff on its time frame, and it just keeps on switching it for me. So a lot of editing going on, right, on these amazing charts that we're drawing, and stuff that we're potentially calling out, right? So again, we do have this going on. Divergence. This is from the 4 hours, man. Why is it coming back here? I thought we had changed everything in the 4 hours, so it would stay there, but apparently I missed this one. There we go. So this head and shoulders potentially developing. This could be a valid shoulder. It would be a little bit dropey, but again, if this was to be a head and shoulders, right, and we ended up developing this as a shoulder, this would be our neckline, and a measure move of this would be from the top of the head to the bottom, right, and then moving that, depending on where we break it, but there, we could potentially see 1854. Right now, I'm not calling this. I would like to see this develop better like a shoulder. So again, I'm not really calling this a head and shoulders. I'm saying it potentially looks like one. This I would have loved to see going slightly higher, but it could play as a head and shoulder. That's why I'm going to leave this out. Right? I'm banking it more on M top, and if that was the case, this would have been the midline, and we would have taken a measure from the top to the midline, and then we would have taken that as a measure move, and we hit that already, right, with this wick. So again, this M top playing beautifully, potentially developing to a head and shoulders. I'm not calling it a head and shoulders yet. We're rejecting the 20 simple moving average, starting to get contraction of the Bollinger Bands. We'll see where we're actually going to take it from there. Again, just be careful about this. I'll leave this here. We did talk about 18, what do we call it at? 1825, 1852, I think. That's what we call it at. Anyways, starting to reject those lower prices, and let's see how this plays out, right? We might bounce a little bit, finally create that shoulder, something like this, and then we break down again. I want this shoulder to be more developed, or better looking shoulder, before actually calling it head and shoulders. Now, what is going on here on the time frame? Let's see. This would be negative 43, negative 39, negative 39, yes. So we're creating some strong divergence here, right, from here to here, from here to here. Some strong bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. Nothing on the RSI now. Here, lower, higher. Are we going lower here on the 39, 43? So slightly lower here, right? So you could say that this is kind of making a sort of hidden bullish divergence up to this point up here. So we got this nice bounce from that. And then we reject it again, and I'm gonna get rid of this move. There we go. Stuff that we can't call. Let's see. High, higher high, lower, right? This would be 41. This would be 40. So we did end up going higher, right, on that price, but going slightly lower on our MACD histogram, and on the RSI we don't have it. We're going actually higher. So again, this saw this drop here. Then we probably created negative. Yeah, we found a bounce around the 20 MA, right? Holding it, try to bounce again, but failing, and then really bring it down. That's it. I'm gonna get rid of some lines. It's getting too cluttered. Remember that we talked about this, right? I'm gonna leave the head and shoulders, the M top, the bullish divergence right now, and this neckline that I'm calling out right now. Again, we're hitting it again, really hoping that we reject it, create this nice shoulder, and then we'll break. That'll be it. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 40.69. Once we find the break, we'll take this measure move and we'll place it there, and we'll hope that we hit that measure move. That will be our target, and it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities because we already hit like 1858. So, we pulled back a little bit again, so it's fine. If we were to break here, we would hit 1853. So again, really not too far off from where we hit before, right? Could potentially create as a double bottom in this area. I wouldn't call it necessarily a double bottom. I would take this more as a double bottom. But again, trying to look for things that could play out. Again, this potential head and shoulders, looking like a head and shoulders, right? Just watch out for this stuff. Let's move on to Litecoin. Litecoin dominance on the daily. What is happening? Yesterday breaking price action to the upside, 0.18%. Not price, getting dominance, 0.18%. Right now losing it, 0.31. Sitting on 1.43% of market cap. Litecoin, $42.08. Very nice bounce we had a couple days ago. Trying to bounce a little bit higher and breaking again on that hidden bearish. Remember, we said we might round off and then break down. Guess what? That's precisely what happened, right? Breaking, rounding off and starting to break down. Again, rejecting the 20 MA on the daily, channeling a little bit on the Bollinger Bands, but really nothing else developing. So let's go into the 4 hours so we see what we can see there. So we were calling this divergence, right? Price action to the downside. Guess what happened? Within this island, we tried to pump slightly more. Look at how we failed, right? Lower on that MACD histogram, lower on the RSI as well, right? Got it on the RSI finally. Divergence, strong bearish. Price action to the downside, breaking below 20 MA, rejecting it once, 2, 3 times. Again, not looking too strong right now. So that's it for this. I'm gonna make sure this stays here on the 4 hours. It is. So let's go back to the 1 hour and keep on charting, guys. Now, what else is happening here? We're calling that divergence, right? Price action to the downside. Boom, we got it. Nice. Are we creating it? Not, I don't think so. Let's see. 13, 14. It's slightly lower than here. So I'm not really going to call it divergence right now. Bullish or anything. From here to here, we're going lower. Also lower here on our side. Do we have something here? Yes, we did call it divergence here. Let me see. I think we do. 4, 3. Very, very slight. 4, 3. Awesome. So from here to here, we're also going higher. And from here to here, we're going slightly lower. On the RSI, let's see. 63.85. 64. So slightly higher. We just had this divergence develop on the MACD histogram. And that is fine, really. Enough for us to break to the downside, right? And also looking like an M top. Right? Usually an M top, you get it after this run to the upside, right? So this wouldn't be necessarily an M top. You would want to get it here, here, and here, and then you break to the downside, right? This is like a triple top almost. I'm not sure if it's all within an acceptable range. 43. Let's see this. 43, 48, and the highest was 43.79. So again, we're probably within that percentage that we could consider this a sort of triple top. 1, 2, 3. And bring it to the downside again. That's it for Litecoin, man. Rejecting that 20 MA. I'm trying to create positive momentum lower than the previous one. So again, really nothing here to call. Let's go to Binance on the daily for dominance. Yesterday, gaining a little bit of dominance, 0.11%. Right now, losing dominance, 0.47%. Sitting on 1.14% of market cap. Binance, $13.71. Still one of the better performers this year. That's what we had here, man. Remember how we said we have to keep on tracking this? We might undo it. Guess what? We did. Went higher, higher, and higher. And that is fine. Really fine. Really nothing to worry about there. Now, where we developed this was tracking divergence from this island now. This is a higher high, right? This would be from the previous island. I'll take it from here. And from here to here. So it's going higher, going lower in that price, right, from this previous island. This was within the island. We're tracking it. We undid it, so I'm tracking from the previous island. Creating that hidden bearish. Price action to the downside. We're getting it, right? Price continuation, actually, but to the downside. Getting it, rejecting the 20 MA once, twice. Bouncing off it. Let's see how this keeps on holding up. We do also have it here on the RSI as well. See how we were lower on the RSI and we're going higher on the RSI and we're getting that divergence, right? So go to the 4 hour. Oh, snap. See, sometimes the stuff from the daily stays where it's supposed to, and sometimes it doesn't want to play ball. So, sorry, guys. Surprise sneeze. Let's see what's happening here. Divergence of the bullish kind. And we called it, and price action to the upside. That was on December 27th. So I do believe on the 27th, we were doing the stream right at this time frame. That was before I left. No, on the 28th, I think that's when I left on the camping trip. So we're probably getting these bounce from the divergence. That's fine. Price action drops, so we'll probably call it back then. Very nice stuff happening, right? Higher, more positive momentum. Again, same stuff happening with the RSI. So why are we breaking down? Probably something on the 1 hour or following the market. That's usually why we break down with Binance. Now we get a nice rally. Now, right now, like I said, breaking down again. So let's wait and see what is really happening with this. So we're gonna go check it out. 1 second, guys. Gonna play another track. Oh, fudge, really? That's how you're gonna do me, Spotify? You're gonna keep on playing your ads even though I'm refreshing, just skip them? There we go. Breaking below 20 MA, that's fine. Starting to create negative momentum, higher than our previous one as well. So really no bullish divergence yet. Neutral on the RSI at 50.37. Also, we went overbought. Another reason why we tend to reset the oscillators. Remember how I said you reset the oscillators, you drop down quickly and reset, or you flag around that area for a while, move sideways, and then you slowly reset the oscillator. That's 2 ways we reset them. Went for the quick route here, but probably something happening on the 1 hour, and I'm banking on that. Yes, see, here it is. We called this divergence price action downside. We kind of got it, held that 20 MA, helping us bounce. But right now, look, man. High, higher high, lower on the MACD histogram, and same stuff happening on the RSI. Again, breaking us down. I told you guys, probably something on the 1 hour broke us down, and that's it, man. So again, following the market, low, lower, low, less negative momentum. So again, on right now, the only thing that we have going on is this, and this for the bullish stuff that we could call. And again, probably all this stuff I'm doing, yeah, it's going to go on the 4 hours. And it also wanted to go on the daily. That's very freaking nice, Binance. Way to go, man. So now I have to change all this stuff. Sorry, guys. Updating charts and playing ball. So for some reason, YouTube is really not updating my stuff. I'm not even sure if they're publishing this right now because apparently YouTube is banning all crypto content for some reason. So let's wait and see how this plays out, right? Awesome. So that's it, man. We're probably gonna find an area for a bounce. We could still drop lower again. This is still developing. Just keep an eye out for it, though. Right now, we're developing that strong bullish divergence on the 1 hour, which could potentially bring a bounce if we bounce 20 MA to look forward to after that higher prices, right? Target somewhere around here. 14, 15, if we break it, again, that would be our next area of resistance. Maybe somewhere around here as well, like 13.96. And after that, we'll probably look at 14.35. That's it for this, guys. Again, I don't think there's many people in. I'm not sure how many people are actually looking at crypto today. But again, thank you for watching. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that sub, that bell so you're notified when we go live. This is Instead of Crypto, guys. I'm your host, Martin, and this has been a pleasure being here with you tonight on a great Monday night. I do hope you have an amazing day tomorrow for New Year's Eve, and go out and celebrate, get hammered, go out, drink coffee if you don't drink, go out and enjoy yourself responsibly, though. Don't go get hammered and really damage yourself or anyone else, but go do it responsibly and have a lot of fun. Go out and celebrate with your friends, with your family, with your whomever you want to go celebrate it with. If you don't have friends and you don't have family, I feel sorry for you. You should go out and celebrate nonetheless. Go to a bar, talk to a stranger or something, you know. Anyways, guys, this, like I said, is Instead of Crypto. It has been a pleasure being here. Tomorrow I'll be live again. I'm not sure what time, but I hope you like the content that we're producing and putting out here. If you like what we do, talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we are here. We're a good intro channel to crypto. I do like doing this. If you guys keep showing up, I'll keep coming back. If you guys keep liking the videos, I'll keep coming back as well. So that'll be it for tonight, guys. I hope you have a great time. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of The State of Crypto.